Welcome, everybody, to what could possibly be, because I was just looking at the instructions, this could be the last stream of the cable car. Because mostly I have to do the decals. I've got the lights and the bells, and then it's done. So Don said first, and I said, nope, I was here first, and he said, I don't count. So, glad everybody made it back from Wonderfest. I just saw that Jody just posted. So, officially, everybody from lost my train of thought. Everybody from HTM has made it home. Right before the stream, hey Keith, right before the stream, I decided I was looking at the side of the tram and I was like, oh yeah, I still have to do some touch-up painting. And then I picked up this paint pen and I was like, look at that. Not a whole lot of paint touch-up needed, but a couple of spots. And these pens are fantastic. I've got the cheapos here. I'm going to have to keep getting more types of pens because these work so well. And also, if you haven't heard, Jordan's cat had taken off right before he went to Wonderfest, and she has come back, so that's a good thing. But we are very close on this thing. I think it looks awesome. So the first thing, let me see. Okay, those are in. Those are painted. These are things I've done since the last stream. I painted the grab rails here. Painted the bells. And the tow bar, or tow, I guess you'd call them the toe points that go on the front and rear bumper. Oh, and I did the lights on top. That is all paint marker. So let me think. I was working on the Constitution today. Yeah, made some mistakes. Fixed them, but made some mistakes on it. Because I guess one of the big things about doing a model like that is you have to be able to read. I misread the instructions. I did 3 millimeter, or what was supposed to be 3 millimeter, I did in 5 millimeter wood. Took it apart, fixed it. So it's been a eventful day. And for anybody who wants to know, Andrea is doing fine right now. Think everything is going to work out okay. We will find out over the next couple of days. We have the our PC, an appointment. Huh? No pictures for me. Am I not showing on YouTube? Hang on a second. Let me go here real quick. Go to live. Says I'm live. Okay, I see it. We go back to StreamYard. Oh, no pictures for the Constitution. No, sorry. Hey, Stephen Haynes. Yeah, Don said no pictures for you, and he meant of the Constitution. You're right. I didn't post any. I'm mostly doing that on video, but I can throw some pictures in Discord probably tomorrow. It confused me. Oops. But no, the Constitution, let's see, the main or the front foremast, I put it in the wrong spot initially. I fixed that. And then the cross beams, which are 3 millimeters, I was doing with 5 millimeters. Hey, Gordon, welcome. But no, Wonderfest, I think, was really good, and I'm really glad I went. And I'm actually, like everybody else, kind of looking forward to next year. That's not quite the spot I want it. That's going to have to be good. Excuse me. If I was pit stain, I would have Germans yelling at me about now. But no, Todd asked us to hold off on posting things about Wonderfest until Friday when we're all together for the group stream. So that's all I'm going to mention about Wonderfest. And yes, I finally met Donnie. I've known Donnie for about 7 years. Has to be 7 because the channel that we both used to watch, I didn't start watching until I moved here. And we didn't move here until 2019. Come on. The other one stayed on there so nicely. Okay, that one's on there. And I was talking to Andrea earlier tonight, and she said, yeah, buy it. So I now have the Milan Tram cable car. There's nothing on the front yet. Good. But the Milan Tram, which is the most recent one and the only one from OcCre I did not have yet, is now on order from Amazon. And eventually, here in the near future, I will be picking up a table saw of some sort, because we talked about it, and instead of buying dioramas and paying the price that you do through OcCre, I'm going to do a couple of dioramas out of materials I already have. Hey, Jeff J, welcome. So I will now have all of the trams from OcCre. Matter of fact, let's see what we can do here. Because I'm top down right now, but everything I'm doing is on the side, so that looks about right. We'll turn this, hit that. So what I just did was that grab handle right there. Here is actually the last one. There's good. I've discovered that it's a lot better to have this thinner glue. The tight bond that I have been using has dried out enough that I threw it away today because I just couldn't get anything out of it. Come on. So that is the last of the grab handles. Hey, Jody. Indeed, you do know me. As a matter of fact, we met, and it was awesome that you were able to make it. Yeah, Jody made it from, I want to say Ontario. I'm not sure if I'm right on that. But Jody made it all the way from up there down to Wonderfest, which was great. It was really awesome meeting him and his better half, Mary, or should we say the other half. Okay, so that's got those. Let's see. The only thing that is left to do on this, and I'll work on that probably Friday on the Friday streams. I need to finish up the base for this. Yes, his wife is awesome. She is a nice lady. Sudbury, Ontario. Very cool. And one heck of a long commute. Okay, so we've got the front and rear pieces. It's kind of odd that these are in two pieces, but they are. We've got the, oh, come on, there we go. Do it this way. We've got these two pieces. Together, those will form a little area that they could tow the cable car from if they had to. So the first one, kind of wish they were one piece. Yeah, I saw that you'd just posted. They have just gotten home 20 minutes ago. I saw that you posted that, and I was like, very cool. And Andrea and I were watching right before this, Now You See Me. And she asked if I should pause, or she should pause, and I was like, yeah, please. So after I get done here tonight, I'll be going up and finishing that movie. We've both seen it before. It is a very fun movie. And the second one kind of doesn't fit with the original story. There we go. Oh, come on. Stay there. You wanted to stay with me rather than stay on the bumper. Very cool. Saw an old cable car like that near Howard's place. Actually, I think Howard has bought all of the trams, and Andrea is doing relatively well. We're hoping to find out either Thursday at our PCM or Friday after the cardiologist something. And the only problem is they're not going to really be able to tell us anything. They're going to be able to schedule more tests. But at least we're going to get somewhere. And not quite yet, but soon, because she was at the hospital. She was unsure if they were going to let her go home. I'm about to be a grandfather for the 5th time. Need to pay. Howard said he needs to take pictures of that bus that looks like a tram. Very cool. That would be awesome. That's slightly off, but I'm not going to sweat it. Considering I forgot to change the name on this one. I think, what are we at? 25? I think this is video. Between streams and video, this is episode 25 of this, and I think 25 is plenty, maybe 26. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm going to take the zip kicker, put a drop right there. For some reason, it's not grabbing right away, but it does grab. Exactly. Good for me, Clampa. And speaking of which, I've taken the causes cancer in California stickers off. Those are the clamps that Jody and Mary bought me. Much appreciated. Oh, and those of you who are following along with the Constitution, I pointed this out in the video that I was working on today. The 4th video will show that I found, I'm on the wrong camera. Hang on. I found the piece that broke off. It was sitting over this area, but I don't need it anymore. Yeah, the only one you don't have is the one they posted recently. And that's, I'm not sure if you were here yet, Howard, but I mentioned that Andrea said that she's going to go ahead and order it for Father's Day. So I will have all of them, which I think is really, really awesome. And we talked about whether I was going to take the rework the Berlin diorama by the Lisbon diorama again, or the Istanbul diorama, and rework it for Milan. And then we talked about me just starting to build dioramas from scratch for these, which will work. Evening, Kenneth. Let's see, actually, I just saw that you showed in. Evening, Buckman, sitting here watching favorite YouTube mentor while on my lunch break. Very cool. Very, very cool, Kenneth. I appreciate you watching. But yeah, and we bought the Milan Tram. We bought it off of Amazon, so it should be here by tomorrow. Okay, so these two still, and I'm still back and forth as to whether I want to put, you know what? I'm no longer back and forth. Dash Howard says, I'm doing great, Master Jody. I'm just thinking about the work of art you bestowed upon me. Yes. Saw on Discord, Jody gave Howard, I think it was the D, he said, which is awesome. It is very awesome. It's got the, it was the Enterprise D, saucer separated, blowing up from the movie Generations, if I remember right. So let's see if we can get this on there without gluing myself to the model. All of Jody's models are artwork. He brought them to Wonderfest to show, and just to show us, and we were all like, you need to put them in. Put them into the contest, and he tried, but they closed the entries early, so he wasn't able to. Severe loss to the contest at Wonderfest. Because Jody's work is, if you think it's awesome on his videos as all models, come on, let go. In person, the models are so much better. The video does not do them justice. Come on. Are you there? You are there, and you look like you're centered. Have to watch my favorite mentor and role model who I'm looking up to. Hey, I appreciate that, Kenneth. Screw the stand back on. It is a great work of art from Jody, absolutely. And he said he'll get some in next year, as will I. Very cool. Looking forward to it, Jody. So let me grab the power supply, which I keep the power supply, the plug for the power supply, and the soldering iron here, but I keep the power supply itself and soldering iron on a shelf, opening up bench space. Not yet been busy. Yes, those are amazing. You just can't tell it's scraps. Wait, Howard, did he leave you the D or did he leave the complete scratch belt? Or is it the E with the baby shuttle flying out of the bay? Now I'm confused, Howard. And absolutely, every one of us was blown away by Jody's models. Three volts. No, let's go to 9 volts. Power on. Let's see if we can blow something up. I mean, turn on the lights. I don't know anybody who watches Jordan's channel. If you're not on Discord, you wouldn't have seen that the Razor Crest didn't make it home. Razor Crest had issues on the way home. So it would help if I take that off of there. Okay. Ah, come on. There we go. So that's without a lens. And that is with the lens. I like that. Rather than that. I mean, this does stick out a little bit, but that looks so much better, I think. So let me turn that off. Let's see, because you went through Chicago. Gave Howard the exploding D over Viridian 3, but broke the stand getting them out of the car. Okay, that's what I thought you'd said on Discord. That is a fantastic model. You did. Words fail me on that model. On all of your models, actually. They're just that good. Let's put some glue on here. And I've been thinking about this for a long time. I mean, I forgot that I had cut the back end off one of these lenses. Come on. I keep getting my finger in the glue. So there's that one. Hand painted and lit. Yes, absolutely. And you fully deserve it, Jody. What you do is phenomenal. Anybody who does not, if you're into science fiction at all, and if you have not watched any of Jody's stuff, you need to go over to his channel after the stream and take a look at what he does. It is so amazing. Matter of fact, I can't remember what you were calling it, but the one that you didn't get done when it lit, when you first tried to light it and it lit up the Arboretum just a little for a split second, I saw in there, and that Arboretum is amazing. Okay, let's get these lights out. As soon as I start putting on stuff on the top, means it can't go on. I can't lay it on its back anymore. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, it's just looking at what it's suggesting, the suggested order. So I'm going to go ahead and get these in there. If I can remember where there's my drill. That's too big. Not this one. So I think want to get the hole not too big, or the holes actually. Okay. Put that in there like that. Tighten that down. Eyeball it for right about there. Let's see if that looks like it should go. That is the perfect sized hole. I'm looking, where is it? Somebody say it's over there. Thank you, found it. We've proven that, by the way, last Wednesday on the Wood stream, on Woody Wednesday, we proved that if you say, if you ask where is it and somebody says over there, you immediately find it. Had many times last Wednesday that happened. Okay, get that. Okay, so Howard said Jody got to see the Helios, Kitty got of the NCC and the Excelsior and the stash of shame. It's not a stash of shame dash, it's just your life expectancy there. Then you gave him and Mary some wood things you had handcrafted. I saw that jewelry box. That was phenomenal, Howard. And he said he saw it on the monitor over there. Exactly. The monitor over there. So another one right about there. Now, I might regret that I've put everything on the sides when it comes time to put the I'd like to say stickers, but they're not. They're just decorations that I have to glue on. Didn't realize I left that on the screen. And you can actually see part of my haul from Wonderfest. I went to Wonderfest not expecting to buy anything. I came home with 4 model kits. I was looking, Andrea said, yeah, go ahead. Well, actually, I bought before I had mentioned anything to her, and then there was one more that I wanted to get, and she said, yeah, go ahead, and I bought 2. Shame on me. But I'm a happy guy now. And I made pretty good deals on them. If Donnie shows up, he's going to say these should be lit, but they're too small. Unless I did something exactly, Howard. Unless I did some 3D printing. Howard said, be gentle. It's like a baby. It absolutely is. I've had enough things that I've done and redone on here because I tweaked them a little bit, and that hole's not big enough. Doesn't look like right now. Neither of them is working. Note to self, check the hole first before putting glue on. I actually did not, Dawn, unfortunately. Howard says Donnie made him buy some of those paint markers. I will have to watch Donnie's video and see. I may have to buy some of them as well. Got to stop looking on Discord. Oh, come on, Howard. That's what we're all about. We're just a bunch of friends that make our friends spend money on things that we shouldn't be buying because we can't afford it. That's what it's all about. That one's on. That one's on. Two more things to glue on here. I think that is just about the drill bit I had on originally. It's just about perfect size. Drop the drill bits, throw them all around the room. See if I can lose any of them. I love this set. This was an awesome set. I use this pin vise more than any other right now. And I have a few pin vices. Come on. Okay. Oh, and oh yeah, biggest thing is the longevity of them after you initially open them. Actually, the great thing is these drill bits are lasting quite a while. Okay, right about. Looking at the post in the front, it's too far back, right about there. I might actually go all the way through. I did. Wasn't by design. It just happened. Hey, Donnie. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Will the paint dry up on top, or is will the paint dry up on the top, or is it getting too hard? Not sure what you're saying there, Howard. I did. I spoke his name, and there he was. Donnie and Lights is a sign of evil. Nah, Donnie and Lights is not a sign of evil. Donnie's a good guy. And this one, I believe, right about there. The only thing I have to worry about with going all the way through is I really hope I didn't hit a wire. That would suck. Tip of the paint pen. I'm sure they will eventually, but those ones that are brushes, I think they'll last longer than a lot of them. Donnie wants to go back to Wonderfest. We did have a great time, and today should be 360 days to Wonderfest. Now, Howard, you need to figure out, because Andrea is going to go next year, you need to figure out how we can get you there as well. I understand you've got the farm, but I think you can leave the farm for a couple of days. Last part to go on here. I just broke it loose. So we'll do it this way. It's not playing nice. You absolutely would, Howard. You would go there and go home broke. Like most of us. Okay. Can I line this up? Yeah, that should. Okay. Love this thing that from Artesania Latina. This little pin. Well, not pin vise. It is a glue tip, though. It's fantastic for moving glue. Come on, where are we at? Okay, we'll just hold that for a minute. Let's see, need to see what I'm doing. Okay. So Howard says, need to see what I'm doing. Might have a person in college, might have to bring home around that time. Bring her along. And we would love to see you there, Howard. Can't plan anything until the last minute. The only problem with that, Howard, is finding a hotel room can be iffy, except for the Motel 6, which for some reason probably still had open rooms while we were there. Or Studio 6. Okay, technically, the model's done. Whoops, just dropped the bit down inside way further than I meant to. But technically, the model's done. Now, I just have to glue on the decorations. Where? There it is. Take the scalpel. We will switch back to the overhead camera for a moment. This is going to be in stages because I want to not screw this up. So little round corner pieces might be a little trick. I'll show you. Let me cut the rest of this off here. You can't really see it there. Come on, focus. These little rounded edge pieces right there could be a little bit of a trick to get done. That would be cool. Bring a camper and camp out in the parking lot. If you had Wi-Fi, we could stream from there. You were like it'll rain those days. I don't think it will, but it could. And that's the thing, is that other than the evenings, we spent all the time inside. And in the evenings, all we did, when we weren't downstairs, we were up in the suite. Speaking of which, have to say thank you very much to Todd and everybody else who donated to that. Howard, I think you threw a large chunk of cash at that. Just get Starlink. But is Starlink fast enough to stream on? That. And this one here. The other side here. And here. Oh, something kind of funny with the absolutely another Mission Barbecue run next year. That was so good. But something kind of funny with the victory section that I'm working on. I completely spaced doing any videos. I was having a good time with it. That's not going to work. Pen, scissors are not the way to do that. Having a good time with it, and so I ended up making a video today showing everything I did to get it from initial open box review to this. Had a few foibles, but that's looking good. That might replace the Tram next week. I got to figure out what I'm going to do next. Or we might switch the, well, no, we got Woody Wednesday tomorrow, and we're going to start the 18th century gunboat or armed longboat. We've got a, not sure how long we'll do Woody Wednesdays with that, but that's going to be the topic. I've just got to figure out something new to do on Tuesdays. If I finish this. But I'm thinking that's pretty much a guarantee. Nice. If I do say so myself, nicely done. Oh, thank you, Howard. Thank you very much, Howard. Say, use your words, you can do it. Yes, Starlink is the only thing that's streamed through the plasma wheelie comebacks down through the atmosphere. No one else can do that. Okay. Let me see. Let me find a window because I want to hit that with a like. Really appreciate it, Howard, when you do that. Wait a minute. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons there. Hit live. Make sure I mute it so I'm not echoing. And we're going to give it a love. Like I said, thank you very much, Howard. Okay, that's that one. I've been dashed, absolutely. I've been dashed many, many times, and I appreciate it every time it happens. Matter of fact, Friday I might work on something. Friday, maybe I'll work on this. Because I was dashed with it as well. Your ears were burning every day when we were at Wonderfest because they're tender. Well, honestly, I think we missed you, Howard. I think it would have been really cool to have you there. I understand that you have things that you have to take care of for your farm, but I'm hoping you can make it next year. It's one of these things. I took pictures. I brought pictures back. I showed them to Andrea, and she's like, "Okay, I'm going next year," because she was not really. She thought about it this year. She wasn't really into it because the only other model show we've ever been to was actually an IPMS model show in Yuba City. And very little was there. There were like 30 or 40 models total. Where are we going? Can I drive? Yeah, Wonderfest, Louisville. Donnie says he needs to print out a lot. He needs to print me out a lot and start converting me to resin. Maybe. Kit, not lot. Oh, kit. Okay. Welcome, Eric. And got to meet Jody and Mary. That was good enough. Yeah, send it. Matter of fact, I got to remember to send you that DS9, Johnny. I have two things I need to send out. I've got to send the DS9 to Donnie, and I've got to send the Artesania Latina copper plank maker to Alec, who I believe, I don't know if he's here tonight or if he's at work. I don't think he's at work because he's got jury duty this week. And I have it next week. Yay, team. Not really looking forward to it, but such is life. Would other Don. And there's Apollo. Apollo just walked in. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Say something. Say something to nice people. How you doing, buddy? Huh? There's a good boy. Yeah. Sometimes he'll walk in here and just start talking up a storm. Let's see. So actually, Howard, I'm not old enough. You have to be 70 to be able to get out of it. If I could, I would. Not really interested in sitting in a room listening to people say this is why this guy did something and this is why it wasn't him. We'll see what happens. You know, it's one of these things of I don't have to actually show up unless they, well, if they're gonna need me, it'll be posted on a website that I sign into with my juror number on Friday. Basically, unless I have to actually go in, I just have to every day next week log into that website and look and see if they posted that I have to go. I'm hoping I don't have to. Whereas it's kind of odd because we're a little podunk out in the middle of nowhere place, and Alec, I think, has to go in every day. I might do that depending on if they have me come in. I'm going to tell her that she is sick and I really, really need to be able to stay home. Wood fumes don't make you feel good. They do make you feel good. When I cut pieces with my little circular saw, I love the smell of the wood. Okay, so this is going to go to this gently, gently. Stay. What I need to get, I don't want to bug Apollo, but he's right there between me and there it is. Half a thought there, sorry. Wax paper. Wood is good, and Donnie's like, not like resin fumes. True. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these on using glue stick, and then when I cover them later with clear, that should seal them. Hopefully this will work. There's a little spot down below that could be filled a little bit better. But I got my wood putty too late. And this is just one here in the house. And Don says to Donnie, resin will stunt your growth, other Don. Too late. His growth was already stunted before he got to resin. There was that one. So we're going to leave that one there. Actually, I'm not going to leave that up on the side. I'll leave that other one there. We're going to get everything done on one side before we do the other side. So we've got one of these. Actually, I'm just going to set that one over there because I can come back here, do this. This is just a pattern on the brass rods. Exactly, too late. And thank you very much, Don. Market Street, I've been there. I don't think it was this exact cable car, but I have been on a cable car. I think we went one time to San Francisco. We only got onto the one cable car, but we did watch them when they turned the car around. And what they do is they come to a turntable and they grab a hold of this handle on the turntable and they literally just pull it around by hand. Resin fumes turn your hair gray. Well, I don't know, Donnie, is your hair, you said you used to be a redhead. Didn't look like I saw much red hair. I've got all gray. I think most of us have gone pretty gray, except Todd. Todd's not gray at all, except for in his beard. Sorry, concentrating. As I went past it, I read it, and it says Knob Hill. I read it as Noob Hill. Is that going to show the white? Maybe just a hair. Just a little bit down here. That's one thing they've done in more recent OcCre models is that they've started doing stickers instead. Huh. Too late for that too. Yep, Donnie's gray. Donnie's hair is gray. I wasn't sure if he was holding on to thinking that he still had red hair. I realized when I was at Wonderfest, because I'm, it's one of these things, I see myself every day in the mirror here, and so I look the same every day. I see myself at Wonderfest in the mirror in a different environment, and I'm like, who the hell, what happened? Why did I get all that gray hair? You don't realize it when you look at it day to day in the same environment, but when you go somewhere else, it's like, hey, I got gray hair. I got a lot of gray hair. 10 years ago, maybe 15, I had none. So does snorting resin dust make hair fall out? I think it just makes it short and spiky. If Donnie's hair is anything to go by. this, because these 60s go on the ends here. You trying to get gray hair, Eric? And I don't think Eric was here. But they're right there. I got clamps. I got clamps from Jody. No, that was happening before the resin too. Well, there you go. Happens to all of us, though. It's all in how you deal with it. As you get older, things are going to wear out. Nice. Already white. Your hair's already white? Well, there you go. Of course, we've never seen you on camera, Eric. I don't think you have a channel, do you? If you do, you've never told us. Either that or I'm completely wrong and not watching you the way I should. Blame it on the kids. Absolutely. My mom, years and years ago, had a t-shirt, I think it was a t-shirt, that said, insanity is hereditary. You get it from your kids. Blame that on your kids. And Eric says, I have kids, so duh. Yeah, but does anybody else have 5 or 4 kids and the grandkid that they raised? That really does it for you. There we go. Yeah. Eric, do you have a channel? We all want to crash it. If you don't have a channel, Eric, you need to get one. Last decal for this side. I keep going into the white, which means I gotta go back. Damn it, there again. We all want to crash your channel, Eric. Spoil them and send them home. They are, except I have one that lives with us. So when we send him home, he's here already. No channel. Saw that. No channel, need too much equipment. Plus, I have a habit of flipping people off too much. That's okay. That is absolutely fine. And it's not that much equipment. One webcam and you would be in business. I mean, I started out with a, what was it? Logitech 615, little bitty camera. Well, there is that, Donnie, but you know, he had to live somewhere. And it was one of these things of Francisco was not willing to put up with Apollo because he leaks hair everywhere. And she was pretty much like, dog has to go. And Jordan's like, if the dog goes, so do I. And we're like, we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let him end up on the street. Hey, Jeff, welcome. I think, therefore I is. I don't think, therefore I isn't. Okay. Get this last one cut out for this side. And then we'll stick them on. I might still go back and refill those two spots at the bottom. And repaint. Slight spot right there. The nice thing is, this should be the colors should match. And Donnie says, give the dog a bath in there and send them both back home. Actually, right now, Apollo is great because we just had his coat cut completely down, not quite to the skin, but it's very, very thick, short for his type of dog. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. And I just saw another spot that needs touch up with a white paint marker. Maybe. Not sure it's going to take. So this one goes on. That's interesting. That's extremely interesting. As well as a little bit irritating. Did not realize it went side to side and covered that entire spot. So the other one will get cut out using the Cricut cutter. See if I can fix this one because it's got a little bit of waviness in it. Oh, don't know if that's going to work. No, that's not. Let's try this. So let's see. Eric says, slowly getting his model area set up, taking forever getting the basement out back together. Insurance packed the whole basement. When our water heater ruptured last fall, boxes everywhere. Not good. And putting together a sawmill for his N gauge layout. Very cool. Eric said, or he said, Jeff said he needs to start another building. I got into trains as a kid. Never got into them as an adult. I wish I would have, because trains are cool. So let's find out how this is going to work. Hopefully, I'm not going to screw this up completely. This was a little bit longer, a little bit wider, it'd be a little bit different. So let's see how badly I can screw this up. Welcome, Sprue. Just out of curiosity, where in Germany are you? Because I was stationed over there for many, many, many years. Come on, let go, let go. Let's see if this works. I think. Come on, let go. Okay, I got the tape up as well. Yeah. And Donnie is correct. Watching modeling videos is better than sleeping. This almost worked the way I wanted it to. I just realized I'm not a smart man. Why don't I just put a metal ruler against the other side? Instead of trying to do all this with the Cricut. But it did, for the most part, straighten that one edge out. Sorry if that was really loud out there in the Ethernets. No, that didn't. Oh, and I damaged the thing. Damn it, damn it, damn it. It's weathering. Let's see, is this long enough to cover the whole thing? This is where I screw everything up, guys. Many months into the model, and I'm going to screw it up. Come on. Let's take a look at chat. Okay, Tonic said that. Little town called Hamlin where there are no rats. That's funny. Hey, Steve, been watching Constitution videos. Okay, Steve, you can do it, at least from what I've seen so far. If you've done any wooden models at all, or if you've got any model skill at all, you can do the Constitution video. It is not that hard. And I've made a couple of mistakes that I've had to go back and fix. But it's a really good model so far. I don't think, well, I don't know yet how much they're going to have us do on the sales, and I'm not sure that I know it's optional whether you close the hull in or not. So those are the two hardest things. And if the sales are like I expect they're going to be, because it is a part work, they're trying to make it mainstream, somehow they're going to have them be a lot easier than normal. And then planking the hull is an optional part. So if you can afford it, I would say give it a shot. At least what I would do as a minimum on the Constitution is pick up the first pack. I know it's pricey, but pick up the first pack, do stages 1 through 5 and see what you think. Because it's not difficult. It can be time consuming. And the results are really nice. I finished up stage 5 today. So that video will be going up sometime in the next week. Finished it up, did not finish the video yet. Still got to show that on the video, but it is a pretty good model. Yeah, you could have told me that, Donnie. Why didn't you? Gotten the pinball machine back together at least. Never done a wooden model before. It is a bit, it's a bit high on the scale as a starter, I would say. But I think because they're trying to make it mainstream, it'll probably be simplified somewhat. What I might suggest is get on to Model Expo and pick up their Dory model, one that I've done, and give that a shot. You can also watch here, my channel, and on HTM tomorrow. We're starting the couple of us will be starting a group build of the armed 18th century longboat. And you can take a look at that. You can also anytime ask me anything. I would gladly help. Everything in the description is my YouTube channel, email address, or you can also join us over at HTM. For some reason that your name is familiar. Are you actually a member of HTM? I think you might be. Okay, back to this. I did rough it up a little bit, but not completely terrible. Oh, cool. So yeah, reach out anytime on HTM in the Discord, or I don't make it to the YouTube as much as I should, but reach out to me on Discord anytime. And so you said you haven't built wood models, but when you start building wood models, depending on how things have gone, we've got another group build coming up, but right now we're doing the Woody Wednesdays until everybody is ready to tackle the Grissom. And on the Woody Wednesdays, if you watch, you'll also see that Alec, who is on now his 3rd wooden model, is doing a fantastic job. Okay, let's turn this over. Like I said, it fits literally completely across here. So we'll put it right up underneath the white here. Then it is right down to the San Francisco. Should have done that one first, because the San Francisco Municipal Railroad is supposed to be further down, it looks like. I'm not going to try and remove it. We ruined Alec? Why? Because he was a plastic modeler and then he became a wood modeler? I wonder. Can I? Oh, look at that. Look at that. I guess that's part of the reason I use the glue stick instead. Yeah, of course. We ruined Alec. He was building an enterprise. Now he just sits around playing with his wood. Absolutely. he discovered where the fun modeling is. Although he is still building the submarine, and I think he's building, or is he building it, or is he just talking about it? I think he's building the shit, I don't even remember what the helicopter is. He's building other models though still. Okay, so that will actually cover that seam really nicely. So I will not be worrying about the two divots below it. The Apache, yes. Thank you, Donnie, for the assist. So there, I was able to move that down. Got this one on. It shows where it got creased a little bit. I have not, to be honest, I've never been interested in the Apache. I do need to get to work on my Iron Spider, though, before I start getting yelled at. And speaking of which, let's see, Batmobile, ET, and Robocop all charged yesterday and shipped today. So, Fan Home switching over to FedEx was more than a good thing. It was a fantastic thing. Go ahead and take that comment off, star the last one. Then, since I've got glue on this, figure out where it goes. Knob Hill, and it's right about there. It's right about almost. Come on. Don't stick down already. Just about like that. That is almost, in my pea brain, perfect. There's the next one. Oh, I like that. Other than the scratches on the main one here. Almost tempted, but I don't think it would print out that color. I might reach out to OcCre and ask them if they can send me resend the decals. They are pretty good about replacing parts. Matter of fact, I've had OcCre replace parts for models I didn't buy it from them. I bought on eBay. And that's actually what I should start doing again after this is done. I should go back to the Kalea. So this one should go right about there. Next one on here. Nice thing about glue stick is even though it's purple, it'll disappear. Right about there. The nice thing too about the San Francisco cable car is that it doesn't have a front or a rear. Either side can be the front or the rear. So I always say you have an A side and a B side to a model. A side being the side that you display. Went to grab the bottom again. Oh no. I just had this part drop off. Is that glue still wet enough to get some on here? Looks like it. Put that back in place there. That's the nice thing about putting the glue into something like that. Until it dries out, I can still get glue from there. Bring this back over here. No, we're not going to put it on its side right now. We still got to cut these parts out. But having thought this through now, we're going to do this the right way, like I didn't do before. Right, slid down. This one. This side. How's my Eiffel Tower? I'll be honest, I haven't done anything to my Eiffel Tower in months. I need to get back onto it, which I will be able to because I retired. Once I get back onto it, I expect to see JP stop by every now and then to leave a comment. I love JP. Thanks, Donnie. I appreciate the confidence. And Sprue, I love your Eiffel Tower. I want mine to come out as well as yours did. I should be able to. Yeah, that should line up good. Okay. Feel it coming on. I've got a sneeze building. I will try to not do it directly into the microphone, but who knows what's going to happen. That looks so much better than the other side. There we go. The spot where I miscut a little bit. I got the, I guess you wouldn't call it a decal. I got the paper to lay down. This is definitely the A side. That looks so much better than the other side. Oh, right there. I'm sitting here looking for the 60s that are sitting on this last piece of paper here. Yeah, I can believe it that the elevators are too noisy, but still, lights on. Were you able to keep your fiber optics in place? I remember you were having some problems with that. I don't think you had a lot of problems, but I remember a little bit of, you mentioned a little bit that some people were just getting rid of the fiber optics. That's the comment I'm referring or replying to. Uh-oh, I need a longer ruler. Very nice. Amazon just delivered what I expect will be the cooler for underneath my laptop. Oh, I don't want to use a wooden ruler for this. Oh, wait, there we go. That's better. This is actually, well, my wife bought it for something. I don't know for sure what she was going to use this square for. But then she didn't need it anymore, so she gave it to me. Come on. There we go. Cut just a little bit off here. There we go. I'm very happy with how this is going tonight. There's that. Thought I cut that off. Oh, wrong side of the blade. Note to self, knife does not cut with the back of the blade. Use microcrystal clear that worked. Not all, but most. Very cool. I've got microcrystal clear, but I've also found that Elmer's glue works pretty much the same way. Wow. Mr. Penn, but that sure looks like a Pringles mustache to me. Okay, we'll turn this over. Make sure I know which way it's facing. I wonder with the humidity we have now, how many of these are going to stay with the glue stick. Should be good because the wood is sealed with the paint. But we shall see. And what I discovered last time is pretty much this sign runs from this post to this post. Yep, I agree with that, Donnie. That Elmer's glue is pretty much the same thing as micro crystal clear, just not thinned down. They're both PVA glue. Just like, what is it? To me, a paint thinner or airbrush cleaner, sorry. This stuff here is great to use instead of, to me, extra fun. They're basically the same. I think it's 99% the exact same chemical composition. Donnie's going to have to report back to HTM that I finished the model. I am known for having many, many models in work and sometimes not finishing very many. And Donnie can't even argue with it. This one's not finished because it's not lit. Because it is. Come on. I'm going to show, set that down for a second. So where I'm putting this, it doesn't show very well on camera, but there's a seam right here. It's an ugly seam, but that tape fits just perfect over top of it and makes it not completely, but mostly disappear. I'm setting it right above the spots that I should have filled and did not get around to. They're not as bad as the other side. Little divots on the from where the piece went through here. Now I need to finish it. So I wonder which one that is. Can you say Voyager? Wait, I just looked at this. It's bad when you look in the camera and you realize I just put that on crooked. There we go. Much more better. I do need to finish the Voyager. So there's that one. The only thing left to finish this model is a clear coat and these two number 60s. My Wonderfest 2026 model. Probably going to go back and actually finish the C57D, which I started for Wonderfest and got discouraged and put it away. The what is it? The I forget. forget the name of it. It's from Battlestar Galactica. And I need to get the photo etch for this one. This will be a kind of a diorama. It's sitting here right next to the bench. I'm already working towards Wonderfest 2026 because I didn't bring anything this year, but I need to bring something next year. Raptor, that's it. Thank you. The Raptor with the green strawberry photo etch. And the green strawberry photo etch is what discouraged me. If I'd have had a Sonic Saber before, by the way, thank you, Dash, for buying my Sonic Saber. If I'd have had a Sonic Saber before, though, I wouldn't have the issues that I have to fix. I'm actually thinking seriously about cutting the whole thing area out where the on the one side where the photo etch goes on top, so that to cut that out, put some sheet styrene back in there, do some modification to the photo etch so that it does, instead of trying to put it into the panel, which is what it's designed to do, it sits flat on top of the surface. I could also, another thing I'm thinking about, because I have one of the last of the Howling Wolf designs. I think that was the name of his company. Yep, the Raptor shuttle. But I have one of the last of the Howling Wolf designs, NX01 refits in 350 scale. There was talk about possibly I should see if I can get that thing scanned or something, because it is very rare these days. But I think it would be really cool to have the NX01 refit next to the NX01. And for those of you that don't know, it's the Enterprise from Star Trek Enterprise. But I think it would be kind of cool to have both of them sitting next to each other. And both lit. Okay. Tilt this a little bit. I have to pick on Todd. I know it's date night, but he's not here for the final on this. I have clear paint. I'll hit it with flat clear. Double check. Ladies and gentlemen, this model is done. So now we get these wires rehooked. And of course, I'm reaching over top of it, which is the greatest way to break something. The only thing, and I'll bring it over, that is not done for this model is the stand. Still gotta cut a bunch of tiles, and then somewhere around here, I've got the grout that goes in here. This will go on here, and then it'll poke down through. The wires will go down through here. somewhere. I'll put a jack somewhere in the back here, and it will be lit when it's on the shelf. So let's switch cameras. Let's aim this one down a little bit more. And just a second. Kill some lights. And it is not near as bright as it looks, but that is done. I love the way it looks. This is a kit that I bought, had to be at least 15 years ago. I am very happy with the way it came out. So since it's done, and actually at almost the end of this normal end of the stream anyway, but it is done. Thank you very much, everybody. The round of applause. Good work. Looks amazing. Looks freaking sweet. Awesome job. Spider Screw is clapping. I'm going to switch. Don't know what. Yeah, it switched. Oh, it's Wonderfest. We'll go ahead and take the Wonderfest off of there. But this is where we have our media assets where I can go. And I had it looped. I can't end the stream. Why not? Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Tony Shanklin. Thank you, Dawn. You're going to do an unboxing next Tuesday with the Clamp Project. I don't know yet what I'm going to do yet. I'll have to figure that out before next Tuesday. Thank you, Jody. I agree. It looks great. And let me see. Let me flip over to YouTube real quick. Yeah, I forgot to update it. So, no, I did update it to 26. So 6 months or if it was only on the stream, it was 6 months building this. But it's pretty cool. Because you're still painting something, you need something to listen to. Donnie, you have YouTube music. But yeah, I'm very happy with it, the way it came out. I really appreciate everybody who followed along. And if you didn't follow the whole thing, everything that's been done on here is pretty much on YouTube. I might have worked on 1 or 2 Friday streams, but yeah, we're calling this one done. I'll clear coat it tomorrow, and then I'll probably by Friday finish the stand, and it'll be into the display room. And I'm sorry, Donnie, you're still painting something, but I'm going to call it a stream. I'm going to call it a finished model. Appreciate everybody coming by tonight, and if you're watching on the rerun, leave a like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time post new content. Leave a comment. I will respond. Love comments. I think all YouTubers do. Like I said, really appreciate everybody who came by. Ton of people stopped in tonight, and I got Dash hit me up with a super chat. Really appreciate that, Dash. And with that, I am going to say, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, have a great day, have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or stream, which the next stream is tomorrow night. Thanks for watching, guys.